Hello and welcome to our newscast. I'm Hwang Jie, live from Seoul. The United States is pressing countries around the world to downgrade or sever their diplomatic and economic relations with North Korea. Speaking at a U.S. Senate committee hearing in Washington on Wednesday, Assistant Secretary of State for East Asian and Pacific Affairs Daniel Russel said U.S. embassies are urging other countries to condemn North Korea's recent nuclear test and take additional actions to pressure the regime. Russel added as of last Sunday, 75 countries have denounced the test, and several others have canceled or downgraded planned meetings or visits with North Korean officials. He also said there has been progress in efforts to implement UN Security Council sanctions on the North, including the expulsion of its diplomats from Bangladesh, South Africa, and Myanmar. Korea's National Assembly is due to start the fourth day of its parliamentary audit today, but it's expected to be another day of frustration and inactivity. The ruling Saenuri Party is boycotting the audit, demanding National Assembly Speaker Chung Se-kyun step down over what they say is his failure to stay politically neutral. The party accuses Chung of expressing support for the opposition party's vote in support of a dismissal motion against the agriculture minister over allegations of fishy real estate transactions. The ruling party's chairman Lee Jung-hyun is currently on a hunger strike in a bid to pressure Chung to resign. The party leadership have pledged to join the strike. A local court has rejected the prosecution's request for an arrest warrant against the embattled chief of Korean retail giant Lotte Group. The Seoul Central District Court turned it down early Thursday today, saying it did not believe it was necessary to detain the 61-year-old chairman Shin Dong-bin. Prosecutors accuse Shin of embezzlement and breach of trust. They say Shin orchestrated a series of shady deals and gave multi-million-dollar stipends to extended family members who are just listed as nominal board members. Following the court's ruling, prosecutors are considering whether to seek another arrest warrant or to request Shin be arrested without physical detention. OPEC has agreed to slash production for the first time in 8 years after 2 days of round-the-clock talks in Algeria. On the back of the breakthrough, oil prices got a healthy bump. Park Jong-hong reports.
The oil cartel has reached a consensus that unless they cut production, petroleum prices will not likely go back up. Two sources within OPEC were cited by the media as saying that the oil-producing nations are estimated to collectively reduce their output to 32.5 million barrels a day from the current 33.24 million. But the exact reduction amount won't be announced until at least November 30th, when OPEC meets again in Vienna, and after a committee is formed to study how to carry out the cuts. Oil prices surged upon news of OPEC's decision. Brent crude spiked almost 6%, nearing $49 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate jumped 5.4% to slightly over $47, its highest point in 3 weeks. The meeting in Algiers didn't include Russia, which is the world's largest producer of crude oil. Although it isn't a member of OPEC, sources say Moscow has been involved in talks about jointly reducing production. The 14-nation cartel controls over a third of the world's crude output, and slumping oil prices have been a massive toll on their economies. Park Jong-hong, ARIRANG News.
The timing could not be better for ARIRANG TV to launch in the United Kingdom as the Korean wave is riding high in Britain. A number of Korean cultural events have been taking place across the country. Our Kwon Jang-ho files this report from London.
Korean culture, such as food, music and art, has taken a hold in London, and there are now traces of it throughout the city. Demand for it is such that British audiences are now seeking a deeper understanding of their experiences.
I'm here at the Korean Cultural Centre, located in the heart of London. Inside, a special course is about to take place called the K-pop Academy, which aims to help young people interested in Korean culture learn more about it. Let's go take a look inside.
The latest session has just started, and it's orientation week, where participants introduce themselves and talk about how they became fans of Korean culture. Over the next 10 Saturdays, these 30 participants will take part in classes and activities that aim to give them first-hand experience with different aspects of Korean culture.
Once they complete the course, these K-pop fans can be able to develop a deeper understanding of Korea and Korean culture, and from this we hope that their affinity with Korea will last a lifetime.
People in London aren't the only ones seeking a deeper understanding of Korean culture. In Oxford Oriel College, the 4th annual World Congress on Hallyu is taking place. Experts from around the world have gathered to delve into the Korean wave phenomenon and study its impact on the world.
Korean cultural products have already spread toward every countries in the world. So it is very important for us to understand what is actually behind that.
Back in London, British audiences are discovering Korean music that goes beyond K-pop. A 2-month-long concert series called the K-Music Festival is taking place, featuring music ranging from jazz to traditional. On Tuesday, it was the turn of Idiotape, a Seoul-based underground dance music band that has been creating a buzz since 2008. The London house was definitely rocking.
It was so much fun. I'm so happy that a band like this from Korea was able to come to the UK.
Really good. I thought Idiotape were fantastic. I thought they took elements of lots of classic British dance music and did it really, really well.
A rich mix of Korean cultural influences is fast developing in London and the UK, giving British audiences a better picture of all that Korea has to offer. Kwon Jang-ho, ARIRANG News, London.
And that wraps up our newscast. Stay tuned to Arirang for more news updates, and goodbye for now.